Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is No Dust here. We're going to do some more budget Shaman ladder climbing. No epics, legendaries, or adventure cards. So let's hop into game. And it appears as if my win-loss is missing, but I will remedy that once we queue up. So let's skip to the mulligan. Okay, Paladin. I think I do want to keep the Pyro for Pyro coin for a soft clear. Does it mean... I think I want to keep the Juggler too. But keeping the Pyro means I want to hold on to the coin to use as a soft board clear. Although the Clockwork Gnome can work too, so we have actually a couple of opportunities to deal with the Paladin's inevitable muster for battle. So let us see how we go. Murloc-a-din. A Murloc-a-din? Interesting. Interesting. I think we still... Do I want to develop this? I think we still develop this because I can go for a really big burn. Next turn. I can Pyro coin play my spare part if the spare part lines up. Okay, he's just going to be aggressive. Oh, we could even coin out a Lightning Storm. Okay, it looks like my client is bugging out again. I wonder if any of you guys are getting the same issue. It just looks like there's just some sort. Okay, no, it's fixed itself. Okay, that's good. That's a really good. That's actually worked out really well. Okay, I can Pyro coin armor plating and still have. And he's spent a lot of his cards. Yeah, let's do that. Armor plating was actually the best outcome we could have gotten there. So we get a free clear. Now the thing is, there still is a chance that Muster will come out. Just because you have a full Murloc deck. I mean, you've only played Murloc so far. Doesn't mean you don't play Muster. Alright, now that appears to have... we appear to have squelched that chance. Do we still develop the Scarlet? Yeah, the Scarlet still takes 2 shots. Yep, and then next turn I can go Knife Juggler Totem. Okay. Knife Juggler Totem or do a Spellbreaker. Now he seems to be low on cards. Actually, having the Lightning Storm in hand is going to be really, really useful here because there's likely to be an Anything. I think it's called an Anything or Everything, whatever. There's Anything, which is... I think that's the Shaman version, and Everything, which is the Pally version? Maybe? I don't know. I can't be sure. Hard to say. Anyway. Sword seems a little slow in an aggro Pally list, honestly. Do we want to try for a Taunt Totem, or do we want to develop the Loot Hoarder? Let's try for the Taunt Totem. It's 1 in 4, but it'll be a really big 1 in 4 if we get it. Not quite, but the 1/1 is still fine. Yeah. The Loot Hoarder being a better board presence, you know, because I'm pretty sure he's going to swing at my Knife Juggler, so the new Loot Hoarder gives me better board presence for the next turn. But I think it was okay to take the risk for the Taunt Totem. Okay, Grimscale is fine. This is very easily challenged. Are you going to Murk-Eye into my... Okay, interesting. Now this almost certainly means there's the Pally 10 drop, which means I don't want to clear this thing. It just feels like he's setting up for... Oh, okay. Is that how it works? Okay, I need to remember the Oracle. Yeah, so the Oracle... The Taunt... the Silence still helps because it prevents any further damage going to my face. No. Oh, crap. That's not cool.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Do we need to Lightning Storm here? Do we need to Lightning Storm here? Or can I hold it? I can Totem Lightning Storm and then develop the Abusive. The other liner plays Fire Ellie on probably the Grimscale. It'll reduce damage. It'll reduce a total of 4 damage. This will go down to 2. This will go down to 2. This will go down to 2. I think that makes the most sense. Fire Ellie, yeah. And we can just hold. I think we just keep holding. He doesn't appear to have any draw. He's going to have to use a majority of his board to clear my Fire Ellie, if he even intends to. Now we do have the antique heal bot, but if he gets a full combo off, that's going to be difficult. Now one of the things I've learnt about playing against these Peli decks is you actually try to leave the war leaders. Oh, actually, it's hard to say. Shoot. Okay, this is going to be tough. I'm going to have to lightning bolt the war leader first, I believe. Yeah, I don't have the option of not leaving it, not killing it. Okay. Now I think we can. Okay, can I get away with Maiden Totem? No, I can't. We're going to have to lightning storm here. Actually, how much damage is there? There's 11 damage. That's not actually a ton. We can possibly get away with... No, I think I'm going to have to lightning storm here. So let's totem. See what we find. Okay, not the best totem. But it will clear... This will clear at least 3 of his minions. Ooh, it's a full clear. That's actually really nice. Do I push out with the abusive? Yeah, because next turn I'm going to be overloaded. I think I want to push out with as much as I can so I can deal with whatever he plays this turn. Because next turn I'm likely going to have to play the heal bot. Now the cold light will be problematic because if we get to turn 10 and he has an anything, but although that, having said that, he's actually played a lot of random murlocs that probably don't suit, that don't directly contribute to his win condition. Okay. I think I try for a Taunt Totem again. Now it's a 1 out of 3 chance. Not great. The main thing I'm going to have to watch for is that turn 10 anything, but he doesn't have any cards in hand, so we'll have to see how we go. If I can get a heal bot off, we should be looking pretty.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Yeah, there are so many random murlocs. The thing with the anything hyper combo deck is you play a very specific set of murlocs as opposed to a whole bunch of random murlocs. Do I play around the possibility that he draws into anything? I think I have to play defensively here. So antique healbot, loot hoarder totem. Yeah, let's see if we can get a taunt totem first. Okay, that's actually pretty good. And we can... I could actually alternatively play the Stormwind Chap, and the totem is therefore not challenged by these two. I think that's actually pretty good. Yeah. It actually puts the totem out of range of these two. And plus, him having minions on the board makes that anything worse. Because these two don't actually contribute to the big anything play. Okay, he didn't draw it. Okay, we're pretty lucky. But I am going to have to clear this. If he gets an anything... Oh, okay. Totem, interesting. Let's go for some knives. I think healbot. Okay, totem up. Okay, we do clear this though. I can't leave that up. Probably actually should have swung with the Stormwind Champ and therefore guaranteed the knife to the face as opposed to losing a knife, like possibly losing a knife to the Murloc there. Okay, we're looking pretty strong now, but a big anything can still end us. Okay, let's push out again. Actually, no, I do want to ooze. I do want to ooze here. I do want to close out any chance of him being able to come back in this game. Now, how much damage do we have? There's 9. There's 9 plus 6 is 15. I don't think we quite have enough. I think we Thunder Bluff Totem.
There is a lot at stake.
Let's see if the knife lands where I need it to land. Otherwise, okay. Oh, that's fine. Now we should have the game in the bag, but he can top deck anything, and if the anything goes well, we can still be losing. Ideally, you want some sort of taunt here, something like an Argus. Okay, the Divine Favor, but that locks out the 10 mana anything play. So I think we're safe. I'm pretty sure we're safe, but I can't be 100%. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah. No, it's just too all in with the Murlocs. Really, yeah, the deal with the anything decks is you play very specifically 2 War Leaders, a couple of Chargers, and the old Murkai. All these other random Murlocs, they just reduce your chances of having the super combo go off. So I don't know if that's... I don't know about the construction of that list, but I have to admit I haven't played that list myself, so it's hard to say. Okay, so let's go into game 2, and we're at rank 17. I'm happy with that. Okay, let's go. Okay, sorry, just got to record the win. There we go. Do I want to keep any of these? Crackle can be useful if he coins out Aspirant, but then the Wild Pyro would contest it as well. I think we save Crackle for later. Yeah, I'm still having trouble with these mulligans. Not quite sure how exactly to mulligan against specific classes, and we actually haven't gone up against Druid very much. Now, do I want to bait out the coin hero power? Do I want to bait out the coin hero power, or is this better later on? I do have a turn 3 play totem abusive. Okay, let's pass. I don't know if this is correct. It's hard to say. Yeah, just again, we'll put it down to lack of experience. So anyway, let's talk about that Paladin game, that previous Paladin game. I think the big turning point. Okay, do we want the Pyro out or do we want the Totemic Call? Let's play the Pyro. The big turning point for that game, that Paladin game, was I think the Pyro into coin armor plating, because that did 2 AoE damage and it kept my Pyro alive. I think that was really what turned the game there, because it got so much value out of essentially the coin and a spare part, which came out of my Clockwork Gnome. So yeah, pretty good sort of soft synergy between the Clockwork Gnome and apparently coining out a Shade. Yep, there it is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's see if we can find a Taunt. I don't think I want to play the Farseer into the Shade. The healing is fine. Now, do I want to expose the abusive? What am I playing on turn 4, sorry. I can heal abusive turn 4. So I think that's fine. I think we're going to hold the abusive for now. The abusive doesn't really do much. I don't really need the extra 2 damage on his face. And if he goes for board control using the Shade, then we can clear. We can counter clear with the Pyro. Okay. Now, Innovate Shenanigans we can deal with. Although not with the Hex. But then again, it's a good thing we saved the abusive, because this does deal very neatly with his Innovate play. Now, question is, do I want to develop the Farseer, or do I want to totem up? I think we should... Does it make more sense to try for a Taunt Totem? A 1 out of 3? Or have a guaranteed 3/3? When does this thing power up? At the start of your turns? Because there's only a 4/4 next turn. I think I can wait to Fire Elemental. Let's try for the Totem out. I want to use the Farseer for maximum value. Excellent, there we go. So we got the 1 in 3 RNG. And it's actually... This is really good for us, because it exposes... Like, if he's going to clear it, it exposes the Shade, and it's probably worth a Hex at this point. Oh, no, there we go. The Hex is probably better on the Shredder. Although, yeah, Hex Taunt, Hex Totem. Do I want a Hex Totem or do I want a Maiden? I think Hex Totem is fine here. Hex Totem. Or Hex Juggler? Do I want the Hex Juggler? Hex Juggler. I think I should save Juggler for later. Possibly a turn 7 play with Juggler, Maiden, Totem up. Yeah, let's go Hex Totem. Now this is a time when having something like a a Flame Tongue is really nice, because I have so many random totems that don't really deal a lot of damage. But this is quite a specific situation. Okay, you're not charging that. That's interesting. Why are you not charging that? Thunder Bluff. Thunder Bluff is great next turn, but I think we've got to clear the bear. Yeah, let's clear the bear. We still have a strong Thunder Bluff the following turn on turn 7. I wonder if he's going to reveal his Shade, because the Fire Elemental still provides a good challenge for it. And we do have a second Hex in our list if we need it. Yeah. It just depends on the Druid's late game. We'll see what he comes out with, because if there are things like Dr. Boom and Rag, we may not be able to keep up. Living Roots? What? Are you got a Living Roots swipe? That's what I'm sensing, or perhaps Living Roots Wrath? Okay. I don't quite understand what you are doing. Wrath for 1? Okay, that's just real. I don't understand what you're doing at all. We can turn 7 knife. Do we want to throw a lot of knives, or do we want to buff up our totems to be more aggressive? Let's build an aggressive totem board, because this makes it. We're actually pretty resistant to AOE at the moment, thanks to the healing totem. I don't really know what my opponent is doing. Why you would waste? I guess it sets it up. It sets up a swipe this turn, but you still need to hero power into the Taunt Totem. Okay, the MCT. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, and then you still got to swipe, but then you don't get the clear on the Taunt Totem. That's the difference. So I wonder what you're planning. Okay. Lightning Storm. We have a guaranteed 2 for 1 on the Lightning Storm. I think it's worth it. And then we get to develop Maiden Totem up. Excellent. And this is actually a ton of damage going to his face. And we did luck into the healing totem, so this is, I think my opponent is looking for a Starfall to finish. Yeah, I don't know why that you keep the Shade hidden for so long, because it's just, I don't know, it's not really doing much for you. Maybe you're setting up for a big Force Sav combo, but they say you have to expose the Shade with 1 health. It's not great. Have you got some sort of healing for it? But then you have to heal your face. No, that's not cool. I don't know what you're doing. Okay. I'm not quite sure if my opponent is very experienced with their list, but that's fine. I'll take the win. I'll take it where I can get it. Yeah. Not quite sure what you were going for there, but I will take it where I can get it. I think we got to 60. Yeah, so these things come in going ups and downs. It's hard to say when you're going to win streak up or win streak down. Okay, next game. Okay, I don't think I need to crackle anything from a warrior. You may need it for something like a frothing, but I think it's too preemptive. Clockwork is actually fine here. Because, oh, there we go. So we can Clockwork to bait out the Winaxe and then ooze the second charge of the Winaxe. That's how I would... Okay, that's fine too, because you may still want to protect your Leper Gnome with the Winaxe. Leper Gnome is actually really much better to go sent to the face, I believe. Use it for damage. There we go. So yeah, he's going to protect with the Winaxe, and if we luck into a armor, Cloakfield is fine actually. But yeah, I think we still ooze it. Do I want to Cloakfield this thing? Just be quiet. Do I want to Cloakfield this thing? Gives me a chance to challenge whatever comes next. Otherwise, next turn I have access to potentially 4 mana, which isn't that useful. I think it's worth Cloakfielding this thing to challenge whatever comes out next. Because it feels like an aggro warrior. We may need to swing. We may need to send our ooze into like a frothing or something like that. So I want to hedge on the board control for now. And plus, this also, incidentally, and I didn't think of this, protects the ooze from another weapon, such as King's Defender or a second Winaxe. Or really anything. It just allows me to challenge whatever comes out next. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Argus will be nice. And I think, given that we have the Argus... Actually, I still want to totem up. We can roll into... Okay, that's fine.
Get in there, fight, maggot.
Do I go face? Yeah, it's not super risky that he... It's not super risky that he has like a buff for his one health minions. Things like Cruel Task, you know, they don't work on the board like this, and things like AOE, you know, Whirlwind, it's not gonna be good for his board either. So I think we're okay here. All right. So I think he's still gonna be pushing for face damage. Yeah, that's fine. We have a pretty neat Argus play. Very handy Argus play. We can clear the Weaponsmith. And we have a handy clear on the... Do I want to clear the Gnome or do I want to clear the South Sea? Does it make a difference? I guess you might want to clear the... I mean, he might have some sort of return mechanic, but I doubt it in a deck that's this aggressive. The Gnome, the worst case scenario is he has something like a Rivendare and he gets to double proc it. So I guess, you know... Clear the Gnome, because double Rivendare proc would be deleterious to my health. So yeah, I think we're looking okay here. Okay, Corcoran. Alright, you're just going to be aggressive. I'm sort of looking... That means you're going face, okay. I'm looking for a Lightning Storm here. Okay, the Lightning Bolt actually does work. Okay. And let's hope for... Probably should have cleared the Abusive actually, but I think either or. Ah, excellent. So the taunt pretty good there. I mean, you know, short of the knife going into the Abusive and getting the taunt, pretty good outcome there. He's going to need another weapon to challenge. Okay, so he can challenge the Knife Juggler. I wonder if he will, or is he just going to go face? Okay, yeah, he's just going to go face. Okay. We're going to need some sort of heal. Actually, Maiden up is fine. Let's see what we find. I'm going to have to clear his board. Okay, that's not great. That's not great. We're going to have to find heals soon because I've taken so much face damage. Mortal Strike will end the game. Okay, and there's the Arcane. Yeah, so Hyper Aggro Warrior. I think... Okay, that's enough showing off from you. What sort of answer do we need? I think the Argus... How would I change this deck to fare better against the hyper-aggressive warrior? Let me see. Let me do a little bit of thinking. I think the Wild Pyro keep would have been great. The Horse Rider would have helped a lot. Yeah, we just didn't draw into anything like a... I probably would have to swap like a Dark Iron out for a Senjin. And that would really help against the hyper-aggressive warrior. The Dark Iron's a little aggressive. And if we run into more aggro like that, yeah, maybe I'll consider it. Although we do have the Sunwalker as well. But maybe the Sunwalker's a little slow against a deck like this. But it does do a lot of work against warrior weapons. Anyway, let's go into the next game. Okay, Knife Juggler. I think I do keep the 2-drop just as a 2-drop. I don't expect it to survive because Shamans have a ton of ways to remove to remove anything with 3 health. You've got Lightning Bolt, you've got Rock Biter Weapon. Yeah, Lightning Bolt and Rock Biter Weapon being the 2 primary things. You've got Crackle as well. We'll do in a pinch. Okay, Totem Golem. This is going to be a tough one. Do I try for the Crackle? All I need to do is roll 1 higher. Now, if I Crackle now, I've got 2 mana next turn. Is it worth Crackling now? Or is it better to Crackle for tempo? What am I doing on turn 3 that needs 3 mana? I don't have any 3 mana plays. I think it's worth trying for the Crackle. I'm going to be really sad. Okay, good. I'm not going to be really sad this time around. I think we're okay to skip our turn 3 play. I don't have a direct turn 3 play in hand. I mean, we could draw into... Okay, so it's like an overload face Shaman deck. Interesting. We will bait the... but there's probably a lightning bolt in hand. Or even a lava burst would work. Or... yeah, so there's the rock biter. Okay, so he's going to just charge my face. Okay, so we're definitely going to need the... the lightning storm against these aggressive lists. I think the lightning storm is fine. I don't know if I still run 2 lightning storms if I was just... Okay, so you're going to spend 5, but it buffs your tunnel trog. Okay, that's fine actually. You're actually spending a lot of mana. Like this blocks mana next turn as well. I think that's okay for me. Yeah, and do I spend the lightning bolt now, or do I develop the Valiant? I think there's a risk that he can clear the Valiant using the tunnel trog, so I think it's okay to do this. To ensure that the trog isn't going to get any more value. Yeah, and it's better to save this thing. I mean, it's arguably better to save this thing for turn 5. It's actually a pretty big, not turn 5, sorry, turn 7, when you can Valiant Totem up. On turn 5, it's a big body, and it's essentially got Taunt, because it does a ton of work if you let it. But, yeah, see, we go. The big overload, that previous turn, sort of didn't do a lot of good things for him. Now, we can actually get the Valiant down now, and I don't really need the Argus. I don't really need to be taunting anything. Let's get the Valiant down now. And now we have a very strong board presence, and we have the option of Argusing and doing an abusive next turn. So looking pretty good. Now the Doomhammer, okay, he's going to take a ton of damage to his face, which is fine. And we do have a soft counter. The Argus onto the Doomhammer is really, really powerful. Although we may want to actually go Crusader Argus. Yeah, let's do that. This does more work against the Doomhammer. He's going to have to hit himself for... this is 8 damage to clear the Scarlet Crusader, and he won't even clear the Thunder Bluff. So he has to deal 8 damage to his face if he wants to use the Doomhammer to deal any damage. Now, is there a Hex in your hand? I don't think I would run a Hex. Okay, and that's still not a full clear. Okay, that's fine. And a Lava Shock. That's a lot of resources to clear, and that's a lot of health actually, to clear... okay, Feral. Why are you... It's like a dedicated overload. I feel it's a little gimmicky. Honestly, I feel it's a little gimmicky. And we do get a freebie clear. And he's already spent 1 Rockbiter, so we're pretty safe from super combo stuff like Rockbiter. Yeah. I think we've got this game. It's hard to say, but I think he's spent probably too many resources on clearing my board, whereas I think he would have had more success being more aggressive. Say, for example, spending that Lava Burst. I think spending that Lava Burst on my Maiden, I think that was probably a mistake, but it's hard to say. Okay, we just need 2 more damage to end the game. And there's quite a lot of 2 damage things in here. No, that's not quite what I'm looking for, but the Spellbreaker will ensure this thing doesn't get up to any antics. Although, what's his burst? He can Rockbiter himself to deal 10, but then the Trog itself doesn't challenge my Taunt Totem. And plus he's heavily overloaded. So I think we have this, but never say never. It's not over until it's over. Yeah. I think we're fine. Yeah. So that first Rockbiter was used to clear my... and I think that made a huge difference, because if he had the second Rockbiter, he could have had the reach to take me down. Plus another Lightning Bolt to the face. Especially with the Trog up. If the Trog hadn't been silenced, I think we would have been in trouble. Okay, yeah. So this Shaman clearly ran out of steam. I think the key play there... I really do believe him dealing 8 damage to his own face. The Argus onto the... I mean, there was a couple of things going on there. My Argus onto the Scarlet Crusader did a lot of work. And the fact that he used the Lava Burst to clear a Maiden, I think that the Maiden itself doesn't have that much threat. Yeah. But I wonder if he had his Doom Hammer in hand, because the Doom Hammer can do great work at clearing things like totems. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't have much experience playing that sort of list. Just looking from the outside. Okay, so we've actually done fairly well today. So that's 3 wins and 1 loss, and we're ending up at rank 16. So I'm pretty happy with that, and I think we'll finish things up there. Yeah, it's getting pretty, as you can probably see from my time over here, it's getting pretty late, but I did want to do a video and get it out tonight. Okay, so let's finish things up there. Thanks in advance, guys, for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I do this for the love. Any gestures of appreciation, much appreciated. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you had a lovely day, and looking forward to a lovely weekend. Yeah, and I will be back shortly with some more budget Shaman ladder climbing, and until then, this is No Dust signing off.